Hey folks, it's Laura with Rain Tree Nursery, and we have some important information for all of you raspberry growers out there. We have some new raspberries that are being propagated in different ways. So the canes that you will receive from us may look different than the canes that you're used to seeing. And we want to share with you how to plant these canes in a slightly different way and what the benefits are to you, the growers. So here is an example of two different types of canes you might receive from us. Now it looks like this cane is super big and beefy and might be a better cane than the other one. But when I'm looking at this cane, I don't see a lot of life in these buds on this upright part, and that's not surprising. Usually the only reason that these are left on the raspberries is as a place marker so you can tell where you planted it. In this particular cane, where you're going to see most of its life is going to be down here in the roots. Now, on this other cane, which looks like it's somewhat smaller, in fact, what we see here is we see an upright right at the soil line here. We see a nice green bud right here, so we may have some upright. And then, of course, if you plant it right, you're going to get uprights all along the roots themselves. Now, what's really different about these raspberries is how you should plant them. You'd think, looking at this raspberry cane, that you would plant it in the ground like this, with the cane sticking straight up out of the ground, and you would be wrong. The best way to plant these new types of canes is so the stem is at a 45-degree angle to the surface of the soil, and the roots almost come out of the ground as they're planted. Now let's explain this a different way. If you can imagine the surface of the soil as a blue string line, we don't want to plant this upright because the roots will be too far down, and the uprights that you might see may rot before they get all the way up to the top. If you plant the cane like this at a 45-degree angle to the soil, then the roots are much closer to the soil surface, and they will come right up, and you'll see all kinds of uprights from this planting position. So as you can see, all I have to do is make sure my canes are pointed at a 45-degree angle. I cover up and firm down my cane, and I know that those roots are just right below the surface, and they're going to pop up new uprights within several weeks after planting once the soil warms up. And that's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. It's Laura with Rain Tree Nursery and Raspberries.